Being a parent, of course, one of the most loving, fulfilling things in life. A fear most parents have is, what do I do when my child starts freaking out in public? Here from Parenting Power, Julie Freedman Smith with some helpful advice to make that next dinner, that next trip to the grocery store, that next even just walking from your car to the entrance of the mall, all those things. Okay, right off the get-go, Julie, is it reasonable to expect our kids to behave properly in public all the time?
Yes, depending on their age. So if you've got a 4-month-old, it's not reasonable to expect that they're going to be sit through the movie and not cry in the 2 hours that you're there.
Of course, yeah.
So part of it is what's reasonable for their age. But once you know that, then it is reasonable and you need to know what you expect. Because if it's okay with you that they're raising a ruckus, then it's going to keep happening. If it's not okay with you, then you can make a plan for what you're going to do and communicate to everybody, and then it gets easier.
Oh, okay. And a plan. So I'm going to the grocery store with my 5-year-old daughter, and I know it's a full grocery run, and unfortunately she has to come with me. I couldn't plan ahead and leave her with my partner or whatever type thing. So she's got to come in. My plan of attack has always been bring snacks.
Okay.
And it seems to work.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, is the whole thing to have a plan?
Yes.
Okay.
And you need to let them know. So we're going grocery shopping. We've got this big long list to get. And decide, because some parents are fine with, at the end of this, then we will choose one thing for you. Or you've got $5 to spend in the toy aisle. So for some parents, that's okay. For some parents, it's we're going in, we're getting everything on the list, nothing but what's on the list, and we're coming out. My expectations are that you're going to walk beside the cart or you're going to be in the cart. Those are the two choices. So when you know for yourself how you're going to handle it and you communicate it to the kids and then you follow through, there's a lot less of the fuss that goes on. And it's when you're not quite sure and you hope that today's going to be the day that they don't do it, even though they've done it every other time. Einstein's definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting it to change. It's not going to change. So you need to know what you expect and communicate it to the child. Okay, and of course, reasonable expectations. A 2-year-old is not going to last during a 2-hour-long sit-down dinner. No. It's just not going to happen. Absolutely not. So don't be surprised when, in the middle of the Palliser, your 2-year-old can't handle it. And please don't bring them, because I don't want my nice dinner at the Palliser to be wrecked.
Exactly.
You know, be reasonable. Go somewhere to a restaurant where that's expected.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Andy was just admitting, kind of off camera, but he tends to, he has 2 little girls, and he tends to bribe them.
Yes.
Tries to get good behavior via bribes. What is your 2 cents on that?
It might be 5 cents, because I can't stop talking about it. So when we bribe, we are basically saying, if the reward that I'm holding out is good enough, then you need to follow my instructions. If the reward isn't good enough, you go ahead and do whatever you want.
I see.
And at some point, that reward is not going to be good enough.
Of course, it never stops getting bigger and bigger, right?
So then the kid comes to you, well, not for 1 cookie, but for 3 we might have a deal, right?
And then you're negotiating.
Exactly. There are other ways to do it. So if you choose to do it about 1 thing, that's fine. But know that that's the message you're sending.
Okay.
If this reward is good enough, then do it. If the reward isn't good enough, you do your own thing. Go smoke those drugs. You know, go steal that food. That's okay.
Okay.
It's not okay. Bribes do not teach a good lesson.
Bribes do not work. Okay, very good. You're setting yourself up for failure.
Yes.
Okay, speaking of failure, you've tried with a plan.
Yes.
You've tried doing everything you can to try and prevent things from happening, but you're in the middle of a meltdown in aisle number 3 at Safeway.
Here's what you do. Anytime in public where your kids are losing it, stop being in public. Do whatever you can to get to private land, whether that means a bathroom, a changing room, even around the corner to an aisle where there's nobody, or leave your groceries, go outside, go to the car.
Sure.
Then when you're in private, the stakes are down, because you're not in a fishbowl where everybody's looking, what are they going to do? What's she going to do? What kind of a mom is she? No. You're on your own. Then you can get everybody calm and hopefully go back in and do what you need to do. But just get out of the public eye, because it's not good for any of us. And our kids know, and when we're feeling on edge, they're manipulating us, right?
You are on edge when the meltdown happens and you're in a restaurant or a grocery store or like a mall or whatever it happens to be.
So our behavior, who we are as parents is not judged by our children's behavior. It's judged by our response to that behavior.
That's well put.
We can't control them, but we can hopefully control our response
to what's happening over there.
That's right.
Very good. Julie, if people want to find out more about you or more about what we're talking about,
parentingpower.ca.
Parentingpower, one word.ca. Good stuff. We'll put a link on our website, breakfasttelevision.ca. Good to see you again.
So happy to be here.